welcome to another edition of Sci-Fi Journal presented by members of the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club. This show is for October 2015. I'm Marc Morisseau. Also hosting the show today are Calvin Watts III.
Hello.
James Hinsey. And Jay Kingston. And because it's October and Halloween and all that cool stuff, we have the set decorated for Halloween. And this is my hat for the month. There we go. Ta-da. Hey, anybody want to go to Panama? All right. And
Panama.
At Panama. Yes, today is also National Speak Like a Pirate Day. So, mateys.
Arr.
It's going to be a good show.
I like the Halloween sign up there on our side.
I know, they did a
That's
good job.
cool.
All right. As always, we begin speaking about the wonderful world of movies and showing some awesome clips with one of the most popular segments on the show.
Oh, bite me.
Popcorn Previews. Take it away, Jay.
Thank you. And bite me again.
Okay. Get it? Arr.
For a family movie for this month, we've got the Peanuts movie.
You're very batty today.
Yes,
by the
I
way.
know. I know. This is stupid.
That's why we did it. Okay.
I know. The Peanuts movie, it opens November 6th, and it has the voice talents of Noah Schnapp and Hadley Miller. And it tells the story of Charlie Brown's quest to meet the little redhead girl.
Oh, nice.
So it's a good family film. We thought we'd lead off with that this month, so let's see that footage.
Hey, gang! Look, there's a new kid moving in.
I just hope this new kid has never heard of me. It's not often you get the opportunity to start over with a clean slate. This time, things will be different.
He did it!
This November,
I'm going to change who I am and become a winner. Wow.
find the courage
If there's one person you want by your side at a moment like this, it's your loyal dog.
No dog!
to dream big.
If you really want to impress people, you need to show them you're a winner.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind.
Of course, when I say you know I don't mean you personally.
20th Century Fox presents
Step 1. Forget everything you ever knew about yourself. Charlie Brown is not a quitter. Are you serious?
Schroeder,
Don't need to fight.
Sally,
Yeehaw!
Linus,
Hey, Charlie Brown.
Peppermint Patty,
Sir! 2, no 3!
Pig Pen, Lucy,
You blockhead!
Snoopy, and Charlie Brown.
The new kid is coming. She is pretty. She's not that pretty.
She looked at me.
From the imagination of Charles Schultz
Ugh! My naturally curly hair!
comes the incredible story
Now there's a guy who's going places.
of an underdog and his dog.
Snoopy, what would I do without a friend like you? I can't believe I'm about to talk to the new girl.
Hello? What are you looking at, big brother?
Are you crazy?
Hey, I want to see!
The Peanuts movie.
Vivir así.
Dream big November 6th.
Okay. Next, we've got Goosebumps, the movie,
Ooh,
starring Jack Black as R.L. Stein.
this one looks pretty good.
It does. It does. It's about a young boy who, unfortunately, unleashes all of the Goosebumps villains at once into the world.
It's kind of like a Pandora's box.
Kind of like a Pandora's box, and they have to, he, with the help of R.L. Stein, have to try to get the villains back into the books to save mankind and everybody else, all of his friends and everything. So let's take a look at that footage.
Mom, are you positive that there weren't any other places looking for vice principals?
You promise you'll give it a shot?
I promise. And I looked into it. Legally, I can't live on my own until I'm 18.
So you're the new neighbor?
Yeah, I'm Zach, by the way.
I'm Hannah.
Hannah, get away from the window now.
I gotta go.
Hi. Hey, we're just moving in.
You see that fence?
Yes.
Stay on your side of it.
He's a big teddy bear.
Don't take it personally. He doesn't really like anyone.
Yeah. Mom, Hannah's in trouble.
Oh, who's Hannah?
She's locked in this house, and her dad's a psychopath.
Does she have a friend? Whoa, the Abominable Snowman of Pasadena? These are all Goosebumps manuscripts. Why are these books locked? Did you unlock a book?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'll put it back where it belongs. Look, here it is.
No, don't open it!
Nobody make a sound. The Abominable Snowman just crawled out of a book. That doesn't just happen.
You've just released every monster I've ever created.
What was that?
It's the Invisible Boy.
Ow!
He's such a cracker.
The only way to stop them is to suck them back into the books.
You've read them all, right?
Yeah.
If we know their weaknesses, we can capture them all.
We're the only ones who can do this.
Oh my god, how'd you do that?
Sore fillings. I have a ton of cavities. When I was 10, I didn't brush my teeth for a whole year.
All right, everyone, plan anything you can to barricade the doors.
We cannot let the monsters inside.
I just wanna break the rules.
What are you doing? Get me out! No. Keep going.
Never stop, it's how we rock. Never stop, it's
Come on, scaredy cat.
Gnomes?
Maybe they're friendly. Not friendly. Definitely not friendly.
Did you read R.L. Stein books when you were younger?
No, I did not. I was
did
too
not.
old for them.
Yeah, I was too,
But my kids loved this, the TV show.
when they were popular, I was working at the Boys and Girls Club, and the kids would always tell me about those, reading them and stuff. They were good.
Oh, yeah. Hey, anything that gets the kids to read. So last but not least, we've got Victor Frankenstein, which tells the story of the doctor, the mad doctor, and his assistant. This one's with a twist. This tells the story from Igor's point of view, and it stars James McAvoy and Daniel Radcliffe as Igor. So this one is going to be premiering on November 25th. It's rated PG, PG-13. Well, let's take a look at that footage.
Igor, you and I shall be at the very heart of a scientific enterprise that will change the world. We shall create a life out of death. It's alive.
Do you realize how significant this is?
Oh, I have an inkling.
I'm Detective Inspector Turpin. I'm here to investigate missing body parts.
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
Are you not afraid to challenge the natural order?
Mr. Frankenstein.
No. And it's Frankenstein. We shall create a man after our own image. Questions? Well, you're welcome. I think it is time you met our monster. Victor, no! Full charge! It's alive. Well, that's rather obvious. You have the chance to be part of something.
What? Being electrocuted?
Chased by monsters. And hunted by the police. Well, if you're going to concentrate on the dark side...
Be careful, Mr. Frankenstein. You toy with wrathful forces.
I cannot argue with that.
And that's all I've got for popcorn previews for the month of October. And now we're going to a special segment, Adam Tuchman and his coverage of Necronomicon. Take it away, Adam.
This August, Providence hosted the Necronomicon, which was a convention in celebration of all things Lovecraft. They had panels, they had music, they had movies, they had radio presentations that I guess ended up being broadcast on the net, and they even had a play. And they also had academic papers, which will be published in journals that probably have a smaller audience than this show. And in preparation for the convention, Motif ran a cover using a sketch by our Rhode Island's own Bob Eggleton, and the Providence Journal also had a Lovecraft story contest where people could send in stories of a certain length written in Lovecraft style, and it's available on the Providence Journal's website, and the beginnings of some of the stories were also in the newspaper on 3 consecutive Sundays. The first 2 items you see are the program books for the first and second convention. The darker one, which hopefully will be clearer on your own TV screen, was from the convention held in 2013, and then the greenish one is the convention book for the present convention, and both contain stories and articles about involving Lovecraftian themes. The statue is actually a bank of Cthulhu, and who's going to steal your money if you put it in there, except it doesn't accept money, only tortured souls. The book was actually a surprising bestseller, which sold out, I think, in the second day of the convention. It's a compendium of all the fake books listed in Lovecraft and Lovecraftian influenced stories. The setup is that Lovecraft wrote a story about the Church of the Starry Wisdom in Providence, and the church ended up going defunct, and there was a sale of its assets. And it's a compendium of all the books that the library supposedly had. And these are books found in other stories that are completely made up, but it's listed as it was in an actual sale. So it has a description of the book and the condition, and then a description of what the book is about. And each book description is written by a different author. F. Paul Wilson wrote one. Joshi, who is a Lovecraft scholar, he wrote another. And I picked it up. I didn't think that it would be a big seller, and I didn't think I'd see it in the future, but it sold out. This is a kid's coloring book of Cthulhu, and it has puddles and Sudoku, but everything is mythos related, and that was pretty neat. Now, the convention is likely to be back in 2017, so look forward to it then.
We have a special interview that we did not intro during the October show, but we're going to intro it now. We're with Steve Perry, who's in charge of this year's Rhode Island Comic Con, which is taking place November 6th, 7th, and 8th, 2015 at the Providence Convention Center, and this year at the Dunkin' Donuts Center. Hello, Steve.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, I'm doing good. I had a whole bunch of questions for you.
Uh-oh.
And I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget, okay? How'd you get involved in Rhode Island Comic Con?
Well, I got involved. I was doing smaller shows for a few years, and I wanted to bring a large show to the area. And Rhode Island was the ideal place. We do a lot of business with Rhode Island, and we wanted to bring that to the state.
Okay, good. And what do you enjoy about organizing conventions? Why are you doing this?
A lot of it for the fun. It's really hectic, exciting, keeps me busy.
Okay. And what smaller cons did you organize before you started on this one?
We did the South Coast Toy and Comic Show.
Oh, all right. I'm familiar with that.
We've been there many times.
Okay.
We also did the South Coast Paranormal Fair, so we did those. And
Good.
then we've grown to Rhode Island and TerraCon and a few others that we're adding in as well.
Okay, good. Sounds good. And what are some of the highlights for this year's convention?
Highlights are we've kicked up our game quite a bit. We've added a third day. We've added an entire second building. And we have about 125 celebrities now, which is one of the biggest guest lists in the country.
Okay. Now, do you have to find hotel rooms and accommodations for all these people? How does that work?
Oh, yes. We have to get them all set up with everything. We have to bring them in, get them hotels, everything.
Okay. Okay. Now, this is year number 4
Yes.
for Rhode Island Comic Con, and you're expanding into the Dunkin' Donuts Center this year.
Correct.
Okay. Do you know which venues will be at the Dunk and which ones will be at the Convention Center?
What we're doing, we're splitting the celebrities between both the buildings evenly. That way there's something for everybody in both buildings to keep the flow going through.
Okay.
The artists will be in the Convention Center. All our cosplay guests will be in the Dunkin' Donuts Arena. Let's see. Our photo ops will be in the Dunkin' Donuts Arena area, and the panels will be upstairs at the Convention Center.
All right.
And all our gaming will be at the Convention Center.
All right. Tell me about the gaming. What type of gaming are you offering?
We have a lot of gaming. We have GameStop coming in, who's going to be handling all our video game tournaments. So they're one of our large sponsors. They'll be
Nice.
handling all that.
Yep.
Giving away great prizes with that as well. And then we have a lot of card gaming, Magic, Pokemon, things like that. We've also added board gaming in this year as well.
Okay. Now, are you into gaming yourself, or?
I wish I had the time.
All right. Yeah, you're too busy planning these things.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. Okay. How are we going to get fans to travel from the convention center to the Dunk? Like, what specific attractions are going to say, well, this is going on at the convention center, but this is going at the Dunk. I want to travel back and forth.
Yep, and that's why we're splitting the celebrities between the two buildings, and we're splitting the panels in one building, the photo ops in the other, basically keeping a flow through so people have to go through both buildings.
Okay. Are there any guest stars that you think will be more of an attraction than others? And how are you planning for those?
It's really hard to say that this year. We have so many major
You have
guests.
a lot of stuff this year.
We've decided this year to really start bringing in the big names.
Okay. Touch base on who's coming.
Well, let's see. I know Carrie Fisher's coming, so that's a huge name.
Right.
Ron Perlman's coming in. Ming-Na Wen's coming in.
Yep.
Let's see. Karen Gillan's coming in. Alex Kingston from Doctor Who. So we get some really big names. Most of the cast from Sons of Anarchy is there. A huge draw. We have one of the first reunions in a couple of different shows. Amy Jo Johnson is coming out, who's
Yeah,
a
I
huge
noticed that.
guest.
Right.
And she never does shows. I believe she's done one other convention. And so basically anybody wants to see Amy, definitely come out.
Good. And Power Rangers seems to be still very popular among the convention goers.
It is, especially with us. We've, as you know, every year we bring out different Power Rangers, and there's a lot of them to work with, and we're really good friends with a lot of them on a personal basis, so
Right.
it really helps out. But the hard thing is picking out which ones to bring each year and how to switch them up.
Yeah, that's good. But there's so many Power Rangers to choose from, too.
There are.
Yeah. Aren't they working on a movie right now? I thought they were.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, should be good. All right. Who's your favorite comic book hero?
Iron Man.
Iron Man?
Yep.
Why?
Kind of relate with him.
Do you still read the books?
Sometimes.
collect
Again,
them?
when I have time.
When you have
Not a
time,
lot of
okay.
free time, unfortunately.
Okay. Now, if money were not an object, which guest star or celebrity would you want to come to Rhode Island Comic Con?
I'm going to have to go with Iron Man again, so Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Definitely.
Can you imagine? Okay. Now, what controls or things have you put into place to guarantee that things are going to run smoothly as far as the number of people coming in and running those numbers and keeping everyone safe and so forth?
Yeah, what we've done is we've changed out the way admissions are done.
Okay.
There are no longer tickets. Everything's done through scan badges. So all the badges have scan codes on them or chips. So to go in, they have to scan in. When they come out, they scan out, so we can keep an account of who's going through. And that'll definitely help out with everything.
Okay. Now, does that mean people are still going to be able to buy tickets that day at the door if they want to? How's it going to work?
Yes, you can still buy tickets at the door. You can buy tickets at the door at Ticketmaster, on our website, at the Toy Vault locations. You can buy tickets any of those spots. It's just that instead of getting a paper ticket, everyone, rather than just getting that, will also get the lanyards with the badge on it.
Right. So as this is going to air during the month of October. So if you're thinking of going to Rhode Island Comic Con, your advice would be buy your tickets now, so you don't run into any situations. And you can still buy at the door, but it's better to buy ahead of time.
It's definitely better to buy ahead of time because all the tickets that are bought ahead of time will be mailed out the second week of October to everyone. So you're going to have them in your hand, so you can just come in the main entrance. Each door is going to be separated by different door colors. The main entrance is one set. If you have a badge, you come right in those doors. You get scanned in, you're right in. Totally different entrance for VIPs. We have their lounge set up and everything right with their own entrance and door. And then as well, if you need to buy a ticket at that point, there's another door for to come in through that. So it kind of disperses everyone.
Yeah, good. Now, any last-minute advice for people that want to attend the convention?
Be prepared for everything. Come out, be hydrated, plan your day accordingly. Check the schedules, get everything organized. With so much more space and so many celebrities there, it's unfortunately people may miss some things because everything that's going on. But if you keep a good schedule, you should be fine.
Okay, good. Steve, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Okay, let's go back to the studio.
And now, everybody else's favorite segment. If I have to put up with it, you have to put up with it. Game Over with Calvin Watts. Take it away, Calvin.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
So we are into October of 2015, and as anybody who's been watching the show for a while, October usually signals the beginning of the summer blockbusters coming out on home video media, and this month is no exceptions. So starting out, highlights for the month, on the 2nd we'll bring Avengers Age of Ultron.
Oh, nice.
Really, really looking forward to that.
All right.
All various
I was just going to ask, how many different
DVD.
versions are they going to
There's
offer?
probably like 3 or 4.
All right. Are they going to offer like DVDs in this huge Ultron head or something? We don't know if they're going to do that.
I hadn't seen anything, but I'm
Right.
sure there's some limited edition stuff out there somewhere. So, going from the second biggest movie of the year to the first biggest movie of the year will be coming out also later on this month. On the 13th, we'll bring a movie that wasn't a big movie this year. Probably one of the biggest busts of the year, George Clooney's Tomorrowland, which went off into Tomorrowland.
Yeah, that's too bad because, I don't know, I was really having high hopes for this movie. And at the end, it was okay, but really disappointing would be how to describe it.
Yeah, and a movie that I'm looking forward to that actually did better than Tomorrowland also comes out the same day, and that is The Rock in San Andreas, an epic disaster movie.
Carla Gugino, that's all I can say.
It was a good movie, though.
It was a good movie, all things considered. Also a couple of catalog titles, but really special ones. The latest Disney Diamond Edition comes out, and this time they're tackling the 90s animated classic Aladdin.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I got to pick that up.
Also,
I have it on VHS. So I'm all set.
arguably, Tim Burton's best movie.
I do.
Did you just
One
say
of?
VHS?
I have all those movies on VHS. Why the hell should I go out and buy them again? I've got them on VHS. Cop it in the old machine. Boom, I'm good to
if you
go.
can find a TV for it to work.
Of course I do. I still have my regular
He
TV.
gets home, he winds up his television.
There we go. You kick the squirrel, make it go.
Yep.
We're all set.
Well, for those of us in the modern world,
21st
also coming out
century.
that day is arguably Tim Burton's best movie, Edward Scissorhands. There's an Ultimate Edition coming out on Blu-ray with all sorts of special junk. So if you're into Edward Scissorhands, there you go. Moving on to the 20th. The 20th is a really big day. Jurassic World, one of the biggest, the biggest movie this year, one of the biggest films of all time.
Now that one's worth collecting.
Gets
Yes.
its release. And they're going to have like a special edition for that, and they're re-releasing all the previous Jurassic Park films. So if you haven't had them all, you can get them all in like a box set of 4. And so there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Avoid number 2.
For those of you not into Jurassic World, Back to the Future. It's 30 years.
That's
so we're
right.
actually in 2015, so we don't see flying cars going around.
No,
It really
or
kinda sucks.
hoverboards or anything like that.
But having said that, there's going to be a special Back to the Future release or re-release on Blu-ray. Also on DVD. There's a limited edition set which actually has the flux capacitor in it. And that includes the animated series that was around for like 1 year. I think there was like 26 episodes. So, and there's also separate releases of that if you want to get that. It is also October, so we would be remiss to not include some horror catalog titles. And these are two of the better ones, cult classics. The 2 Tales of the Crypt movies will be available on Blu-ray. Demon Knight and Bordello of Blood.
All right.
All right. Moving on to the 27th, another good week. Pixels, which was actually better than I thought it was going to be.
That was a good movie. That was fun.
And, you know, for those of you who are into like video games and stuff, it might be worth seeing. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the 40th anniversary edition.
Oh my goodness, get the coconuts.
Wow.
I bring this up because it has had multiple releases on home media, but they've gone back and completely remastered this from like the ground up. So this is the best it's probably ever going to look.
Right.
So, and it's funny as all get out.
Oh.
So if you haven't seen it, you really need to.
Holy hand grenades, go out and buy it. Hey.
Run away. Anyways, also that day,
we could do that all day.
The latest Scream Factory special edition, Army of Darkness.
Ah, all right.
So, I mean, you really can't go wrong with any of these movies. Just something else to point out really quick. There's a new kind of home media series coming out called Cinema Series. They're starting to go into the 4K restoration stuff, and these are like really spicy special editions. They're limited. They come with like a little book, and there's all sorts of extra features that you wouldn't get in your standard Blu-ray release. The first titles from that, if you want to check them out, are Bram Stoker's Dracula, The Professional, and Fifth Element. All excellent movies in its own right.
Nice.
You think they're going to replace Blu-ray eventually, or upgrade them to the 4K format on Blu-ray?
Yes and no, but I really don't think. I think Blu-ray is going to be the last format that you see as a mass market. I really don't see 4K coming out as anything more than a niche thing, because they're already working on 8K. I mean, they're just having the first 4K TVs come out. There's hardly any 4K content, although they're talking about like the Olympics, for example, will probably be like one of the first things broadcast in 4K. And they're pushing for that. But the more, what am I looking for? The more convoluted you get, you know, the higher compressions and the higher resolutions, the more memory it takes.
Yeah.
And there's just so much that you can do. And keeping people asking for more and more stuff, and to repackage and rebuy stuff over and over again, especially with streaming becoming more and more prevalent. I don't see it happening. So moving on to gaming, Rock Band 4 comes out this month on October 6th. They have the final set list has been finalized, just a little bit over 60 songs. And it's funny, you were talking about Panama earlier, because Panama's on the list.
All right, yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to this. Next generation consoles. The Xbox One version is going to be slightly more money because you need a special adapter if you're going to use your old instruments to play with. So it's approximately a little under $20.
All right, that's not bad.
So, but if you're going to buy like the newer instruments, then you're all set. You're good to go. And again, I'm really looking forward to that. They'll have a lot of any DLC that you had from like your old stuff will transfer over, eventually be available. So
that was a smart move on their part.
It was very smart.
Yeah.
For those of you who are Guitar Hero fans, that also comes out this month later on the 20th. We'll take a look at that. And Halo 5 Guardians is your last big release. I mean, there are many releases for October, but this is the one of note. A lot of people looking forward to it. It's the next.
Halo's still going strong.
Halo's still going strong. It's the next step in the Master Chief story. And so...
Master Chief's going to get ready to retire pretty soon. He's been around for a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm picking it up at launch. I haven't decided yet, but I will review it at some point, and we'll go from there. Star Wars Battlefront and Fallout 4 are still on track for their November release dates, which is huge.
Right.
Those are probably the most anticipated outside of what I just talked about, releases this year. The Star Wars Battlefront beta, which should be going on at some point as we speak, which is going to be available to all platforms that it's on, and it's going to be open to everyone, and so it's not a limited thing, and it will work offline, which is kind of cool.
It should, yeah,
So,
right. So if it works offline, it's more like an RTS type of game, or what kind of a game?
No, it's
like a shoot 'em up.
Yeah,
type?
it's
All
more of a shoot 'em up. I mean, there's strategy and stuff involved, but no, it's definitely a shooter.
All right.
And there's going to be aerial combat with up to like 20 people can be up in the air flying, doing different missions.
Oh,
I'm looking for
great.
It looks awesome.
Crashing
Hopefully
into each
it
other.
plays as well as it looks, because if they do, they have a winner on their hands.
Yeah, it looks good.
Speaking of winners on their hands, Destiny's next evolution, and I say evolution because this is like a really big deal. Their latest DLC or the expansion, The Taken King, came out. It's a little bit more than the first 2 expansions, but it really revamps how you play Destiny, and they've added a lot of content. The reviews have been really good. There's actually people out there saying that it's worth the price of a full game, of which if you haven't gotten into Destiny, you can buy like a special edition purchase that'll have like all the previous content as well as The Taken King in there. So I've been playing it on and off since I got the content downloaded, and I'm still finding out like a bunch of stuff. Like
now Destiny is comparable to what other type of game compared to what?
It's a shooter MMO, so I mean, you could put like I suppose.
Is it like a Halo?
Kind of, sort of, but I suppose if you take like Halo and Elder Scrolls, and kind of mix it up a little bit, that's what you're kind of looking at.
That's neat.
But there's just so much stuff going on, and they've really, even veteran Destiny players have got to take some time to see how they've revamped everything, and most of it is for the better.
Good.
So, definitely worth checking out. Pintastic 2016. Is a go.
Never heard of that thing before.
Really looking forward to that. There was some discussion originally they were going to move it to August, but it turns out because of some scheduling conflicts, it's going to be in July.
Oh, see, because last month we were worried it was going to conflict with
TempleCon.
TempleCon. Yeah.
And so the good news is it doesn't.
Did you do that, Calvin?
The bad news is it's going to be the same weekend as Connecticut.
Again, son of a...
But that's okay because we will work it out.
Yes.
And if I have my way, I will attend both.
Okay.
But Pintastic's my thing. So.
Yes, I know.
Real life.
And you do a Pintastic job too.
Thank you.
Wow.
Real life has gotten in the way, but I can tell you that the special edition Sci-Fi Pinball Show will still be going on. So it'll be out there eventually, and I'll let you know when that's going on. And that's all I got.
Cool beatings. All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, now we're going to move on to some Toob news, which you should have a lot of since...
Tell me about it, since it's the fall TV season.
That's right.
All right, here we go. Put on my spectacles. Boy, I look stupid in that hat. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about some horror stuff. Since it's Halloween month, we'll talk about that. Scream Queens is a series that premiered Tuesday, September 22nd at 8 p.m. on Fox. It stars Emma Roberts and Leah Michele and Jamie Lee Curtis. It's the first season of a horror comedy that focuses on the Kappa sorority at Wallace University, led by Chanel Oberlin, played by Roberts, that is threatened by Dean Kathy Munch, played by Curtis, leading to events that reignite a 20-year-old murder mystery with the emergence of a character called the Red Devil. It's a comedy horror type show. Everybody gets knocked off, killed, and so forth. Yeah. Under the Dome finished its third and final season on September 10th. Thank God that thing is finally over.
Can we have a moment of silence?
Oh, please.
Okay.
Okay, Dome is done. All right. Season 9 of Doctor Who began on September 19th, 2015 on BBC America. As we tape, it starts tonight. And will run for 12 episodes. That'll be cool. We also just learned that Jenna Coleman will be leaving the role of
Clara.
Aww.
Yep. She'll probably be leaving during the Christmas special in December. American Horror Story Hotel, starring Lady Gaga. I just like saying that, Gaga. Kathy Bates and Angela Bassett returns on Wednesday, October 7th, 2015, 10 o'clock on Fox. If you enjoyed the American Horror Story series, brand new one for you. The Flash, here you go, Jay, begins season 2, Tuesday, October 6th at 8 p.m. on the CW. And then the next night is Arrow season 4 on October 7th, 8 p.m. on the CW. Two series that we're really looking forward to.
Definitely.
Yes, there's another superhero series, but that's not coming out till mid-season, so we'll speak about that later. The Walking Dead season 6 begins Sunday, October 11th 2015, 10 p.m.
So shamble on over to your DVR and set it.
Boings.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like watching The Talking Dead also afterwards.
Yes, yeah,
So
that's a lot of fun.
great show.
Now, what's the other series that's running right now?
Fear the Walking Dead, which hasn't actually been too bad.
Hasn't been too bad, but for me, hasn't been all that good either. I could stick with the regular Walking Dead series and not watch this new one and be perfectly happy. I don't know if I'm going to stick with
And a lot of people saying that, but I like the fact that it's showing a little bit about what happened before, and that it's in a different part of the country. There's different characters and there's different stuff going on.
Right.
And hopefully it'll tie, if not with the actual characters. You know, I don't really need to see them meet up someday, but the fact that stuff that you're learning here will make sense now over in like the other universe.
Right. So. And there's a possibility that characters who were killed off in the Walking Dead series will make appearances in this new series too. So you'll get their histories before everything went south. Okay. So that'll be neat. Hemlock Grove, 3rd and final season, starts streaming on Netflix. 10 episodes beginning October 23rd. If you were a fan of Hemlock Grove, what a crazy show that is. If you've never seen it, vampires and werewolves and all these other things going on, but definitely for adults only. Cool stuff. So 3rd final season, October 23rd. Supergirl, October 26th on CBS. That looks like a lot of fun. Going to be Monday nights. And then finally we have something called the Shannara Chronicles, which is based on the book series. It's going to be produced by MTV. Starts in January of 2016.
You know, that first book came out back in the 70s. I
it
remember
really?
in high school, friends were reading that, The Sword of Shannara.
Yep.
And, you know, it was very popular, and Terry Brooks wrote some more, so to see, hopefully it'll be better than that Legend of the Seeker, which was just full of cliches and stuff. Right. You know, it was a good attempt, you know, to turn a book series into a, you know, for a fantasy world thing. Hopefully this will be really cool too.
Yeah, it'll be neat. Okay, so check that out when it comes out in January. And that's it. That's all I have this month for Toob News. So let's move on to the wonderful world of anime with a segment we call Anime Daisuki with James Hinsey. Go, James, go!
They mentioned last month that the live-action Attack on Titan movie was coming out. It's opening up, and hopefully you can catch it. Well, 9:30 on 9:30, 10/1, and 10/7. So that's October 1st and October 7th. If you're catching this show, is part 1 at the Showcase in Providence Place Mall. It was only like one showing at like 7 p.m. somewhere between 7 and 7:30. That's part 1, and then part 2 comes out on October 20th, 22nd, and 27th. On those 3 nights, there'll be a showing of part 2 of Attack on Titan. And also up in Randolph, Revere, Coolidge Corner, Kendall Square, and so you just check there's a website, attackontitanmovie.com.
Now, is this going to be in English or?
It'll be Japanese with English subtitles.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, best for you.
Right. For some people, it's hard.
Can't read them.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't read them.
So, but at least 300 theaters across the country will be having this live-action Attack on Titan movie. So that's cool. Nintendo has a new president, Tatsumi Kimishima. He's now the new representative director and president of Nintendo. And Nintendo announced that they aim to strengthen and enhance their management structure of the company following, you know, the passing of Satoru Iwata's, the past president. And then they're going to do a large-scale revision of their organizational structure. And that started in September. So we'll see how things go there, you know, if they make big changes or already they're shuffling some positions around, you know. Let's see. Death Note was an anime series and a manga that was out several years ago. And in fact, they had also 2 live-action films in 2006, Death Note and Death Note: The Last Name. And
Wait,
then
they had 2 films come out the same year?
Yes, they were about 6 months apart.
Okay.
They've been doing a lot of this kind of thing, you know, especially if it's series things. So anyway, they had And also a third live-action film that was like a spin-off called what was it called? I got my pages out of
It was
order.
called Death Note, the third movie.
It was called Death Note.
No,
the Final
it was like a
Toob.
spin-off. It was about L, who's the detective that is trying to hunt down Light. Light Yagami was the one who had the Death Note.
Was
and
he teamed
using
up
it.
with Q?
No. L, Changed the World. That was the
M in
spin-off
there
movie.
also?
So anyway, in Death Note, there's a book that this young kid finds,
Right.
and it's called. He's able to like kill people by writing their name in and the manner of their death.
That's not
and the
good.
date and time when it to happen.
Hmm.
So he took it upon himself to get rid of the criminals and the bad people. The problem is that sometimes his interpretation of who was bad and stuff was kind of loose. So there were detectives, police that were a task force that was trying to hunt him down and find out who he was and to stop him. And then he had the help of a thing called a Shinigami, which is a god of death, or kind of like a Grim Reaper. He was kind of, no one else could see him but him. And the Shinigami just loved apples. He'd always feed him apples. But they had this rule about how many Death Note books were available. And I guess in this new 2016 movie, they're going to have 6 Death Notes in the movie. And there'll be people vying to try to obtain them.
So there are 6 different people all writing these Death Notes
They
at the
could
same
they
time.
could write names in there and
Could
use
they
it
write
to-
the names of the other Death Note people?
They could try, but I don't know what the rules are regarding that. There were certain rules you
see
could.
that?
So
could
maybe
or
if they
couldn't
write
do.
them all at the same time, they would
They'll
all drop
wipe each
dead.
other out.
Yeah. Well, then they would not be
Well,
not
that
be
didn't
any
work
movie.
out too well, did it? Oh well.
No, but this whole new movie is coming out in 2016.
And the shorter version is called Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes.
You liked it.
So-
Come on, admit it. Admit it.
Yeah, that was good. So look for that. Hopefully, it'll come to the U.S. too pretty quick because it is a very popular series that has been around a long time. I mentioned once before during an Anime Daisuki the graphic novel manga called I Kill Giants, about a young girl who swings this hammer around, kills giants. But then she accidentally hurts one of her friends, and she's worried that she'll lose her friend.
Sounds like Thor.
I know. I was thinking
I
the
know.
same thing.
But anyway, this graphic novel written and the artwork done by Joe Kelly and J.M. Ken Niimura. They're making a movie, a live-action movie of it, with Zoe Saldana and a young actress named Madison Wolfe, who will be playing Barbara, the young girl. And Saldana, Zoe Saldana has been in Guardians of the
Right,
Galaxy,
and
Star Trek, and all. She's going to play a school psychologist who will play a key role in helping Barbara face her both her fears and her threats that are from her. Let's see, and forming a bond with her. So let's see, the director is going to be Anders Walter, who's an Oscar award-winning film director, and Joe Kelly's writing the script. And hopefully that'll be out in a couple years. The graphic novel is published by Image Comics, so you can find that. And then the next thing I have is something that I thought is really cool. Mobile Suit Gundam, and there's another Mobile Suit Gundam series.
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
Right,
Another Gundam series.
called The Origin. And it's set several years before the original Gundam anime series. And it's the story of Shah Aznable and Sayla, they were like brother, sister, and they separated. And this is kind of like the story of how that happened. These are OVAs, so there's going to be 4 of them. 2, one already came out last February, and the next one, this new one's coming out at the end of October in Japan, October 31st. And then so look for the next 2 after that, probably in 6 months after and a year later.
Why don't you explain what an OVA is for the people out there who don't
An
know?
OVA is an original video anime, and it's usually a short-run mini-series type thing. These episodes are about 63 minutes long, so if you put it on TV, throw commercials in, it'll probably be like 90 minutes.
Right.
So some get this OVA treatment where it's only a limited thing. The latest Yamato 2199 has been like that. versus a series which can get like 13 to 26 episodes, or even they go for a whole year. They'll go for 52 episodes, and things like that. So, OVAs are it's like the graphic novel form of a comic book. All right.
Good.
And then on Toonami, at the end, actually starting early October, October 3, Parasite the Maxim will start airing, and then also Kill la Kill will be coming back, replacing Attack on Titan on Toonami. So Parasite the Maxim is about these alien parasites that infect people and that make people eat things. But this young guy, I know, this young guy though, somehow the parasite doesn't infect him. Like a worm.
Cafeteria food at school.
No, but it's a very much like a horror anime. So there's a lot of like strange creatures, and in Japan they can go real bizarre.
The stuff that nightmares are made of.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it looks really interesting. The young hero of the show, the alien somehow doesn't infect him completely, so he still can control himself, except for the parts that the alien controls. So like his hand starts propping out like a little finger.
All right.
And
he's a teenage boy.
So yeah, and then he winds
it
up
makes you wonder what other kind of things
like using
his
abilities then to kill the other parasites.
Yikes.
And try to get rid of them.
Ooh, definitely like for adults, right?
Well, it's on Toonami, which only runs like from midnight to 3:30 a.m. So
yeah, so hopefully the kids are in bed.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see what else. And that's it, really, for Anime Daisuki. So now I have a little bit of convention news. There's going to be a Doctor Who convention in May in New Hampshire, in Laconia, New Hampshire, called Cohill Con. It's named after the Cohill School. In fact, the programming and stuff like that, it's going to be in our decoration plan is to make it look like Cohill School. And we even have a special guest headmaster. It's going to be Terry Malloy, who's done his voice of Davros from who was a Dalek, in the BBC series of Doctor Who. And it's going to be a lot of fun. The convention, the room reservations are open, and the membership thing is open.
All right.
So
what's the website?
Check out cohillcon.com.
All right.
Or .org. Sorry.
.org.
.org.
Right.
And then MystiCon news. MystiCon is going to be in 2017. That's let's see, not 24 months, but more like 20 months away now.
Jeez, I'll be old.
You're talking about a convention for 2017.
Exactly. However, we just had our fundraiser. We were successful in achieving our first goal. We even achieved 2 more extended goals after that for our fundraiser, and we opened up the room reservations for the hotel, right? And I counted, there's like a total of 148 rooms. And let's set aside like 10 or 12 for guests and stuff like that.
Right.
Booked the whole hotel. We've booked all the attendees that have either registered or went ahead and made reservations for the hotel room, booked it. So now we're going to be doing overflow.
So the good news is,
yes,
it's
pretty much.
The bad news is they have 2 years to change their mind.
That's right, and that's fine. But we can deal with that. But that everyone just loves going to MystiCon. So to have the hotel.
The people that can get in.
The people that can get in.
Yeah, we
now,
basically.
It's 2015. You're screwed.
I know.
All right. Okay.
I know. Well, but we told the hotel, we filled it last May for MystiCon. So
that's good.
We'll fill it again, and it'll be in May. Won't be the Memorial Day weekend. It'll be the weekend before.
And MystiCon is Harry Potter.
Yeah, and that's the Harry Potter convention I went to. So I'm on staff for both Cohill and MystiCon.
Cool. Awesome.
All right. That's next is.
All right. Next we move on to toys, props, and other
stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Where we talk about the wonderful world of collectibles whenever our camera people are ready.
Right there is a DVD for Ultraman, the original 1966 Japanese super soldier series, Ultraman. It's about this super defense force, and these aliens come down, and they turn into like these giant monsters. And then one of the people of the super defense force guys, he's somehow been merged with an alien, and when he needs to fight the monsters by turning into Ultraman. And then from that series spawned dozens of other Ultraman series, Ultraman Leo, Ultraman Ace, Ultraman, I don't know, there's so many, I can't remember. There's like a whole family of Ultraman.
The kids love that one.
Yeah, and then there was an Americanized version that was filmed in Australia.
I remember that one.
Right, and it was on TNT. The Eiji Tsuburaya's special effects company produced these. It's a great series. I just picked it up at a big department store thing, and it was like inexpensive. I couldn't believe it.
Cool.
And then next to that is Flash.
Yes, Kotobukiya figure.
You just like saying
another
that
one. Oh, I do. I love
Kotobukiya.
saying that. It's the latest addition to my collection.
Yep.
And Flash, one of my absolute favorite superheroes.
Yep. In front
Mine
of that,
too.
Yep. In front of that are two little Lego minifigures. This is series 14. They're doing all Halloween guys. So there's a little zombie pirate, and there's a little werewolf holding his big bone.
And next to that,
Watch how you say that.
Yeah.
Notice I said bone. Not, okay. Anyway.
Justice League, Gods and Monsters.
Yeah.
or
Go
something?
Yes.
Go.
Yeah.
It is a great film. It's an alternate universe story involving Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and I highly, highly recommend this for serious animation buffs.
Nice. All right. What else we got?
It being October, we have two Xbox One also available on PlayStation 4 horror-themed games. On one side, you have the excellent award-winning Alien Isolation, which takes place in between the first two Alien films and stars Ripley Scott's, oh my God, Officer Ripley's daughter.
Yep.
So, and next to that is Dying Light, which is a zombie-themed survival horror game that came out earlier this year. Both excellent games in their own right. If you haven't played them, you should.
All right. Next up, we have
the Shakespearean Star Wars novels. It's they took the Star Wars stories, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and turned them into Shakespearean plays, as if Shakespeare had written them. So they're fun to read. Down at Dragon Con, they've done like a reading of them, like a whole cast thing.
Yeah. Shakespeare Star Wars, they be.
Yes. So it's like, like I know it's like the Jedi Returneth is the last one.
Right. Then they do Shakespeare
the
with
Empire
Klingon too.
Strike Us
They had
Back.
Klingon versions of Shakespeare as well. I think they.
Oh, well, yeah, there is the original. In fact, not which one is that? Not Macbeth, but the other play, Shakespearean play, in the original Klingon,
Right.
as it were. And here are the prequels: Phantom Menace, the Clone Wars, and Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
And so here's they did all 6 movies as Shakespearean plays.
Cool. And what's laying in front of those there, Calvin?
It is Paul McCartney's Hofner bass from the rock band Beatles set, which I got at as a really good deal because Rock Band 4 is coming out, and I am really psyched for it, and I am ready.
Good. Oh, there's Doctor Who, the visual dictionary, updated and expanded with Peter Capaldi. All his information in there from.
I like
think
that it
it's
has
DK Press. It's got a lenticular 3D cover.
Yeah,
Yes.
lenticular. That's the word I have to search for.
Lenticular. There you go.
Cool.
Say that
You
5
move it
times
back and
fast.
forth.
You
see
learn
it?
something new every day.
There you go.
Yeah.
It goes back and forth between the Doctor and the TARDIS. There's some really cool stuff in there too, all updated. The only thing they don't have in it, they don't have the character Missy. I guess they published it right before Missy's episode.
Is there any
was
Capaldi
released.
in it then?
Oh yeah, it's all Capaldi.
Oh, okay.
Like his first season, but except for up to
Yeah.
the episode with Missy in it. So, but there is the Master, or his male version. All right, cool. Look at our wonderful set. All right, as always, if you want to get in touch with us, Our address is www.risfc.org. That's our website. Please check it out. We always have cool information about science fiction-y stuff. We have a Facebook page. We have a YouTube channel where we show Sci-Fi Journal. We also have Twitter accounts. And the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club meets on a monthly basis. If you live in the New England, Rhode Island, Massachusetts area, please join us for a monthly meeting. Anybody have any shout-outs or any hellos that they want to say to anybody?
Both my daughters have birthdays in October.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Very
Camille and Olivia.
Yep. Very nice. All right. It's Halloween. So I always bring Halloween candy. And this year, what do we have? We have Tootsie Pops. We got them for everybody. We got them for the crew, and we got them for these guys. So pass these down. There you go. Help yourself. That's going to be it for this October Halloween edition of Sci-Fi Journal. Thank you very much for watching. And next month November, we will be at Rhode Island Comic Con. We'll be taping a lot of footage, and then we'll be showing you that later on this year. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next month.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.